Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a really good day. So you guys are, oh, if you are new, my name is Sebastian. Hello, I welcome you guys. So you guys are really loving my like sit down videos, like talking videos, which I am so grateful that you are. I truly love to spill tea, and I will, do that. But I just think this also is amazing. So thank you so much for loving it. I'm gonna talk today about letting go. Sometimes you gotta let go of certain people. And I talked about this a little bit in the I'm Done video, very dramatic title. But sometimes you do have to let go. And I am talking about friends and family. Especially, I think, um, friends, they ultimately become your family, right? And I feel it in my heart that I have had a lot of different kind of mindsets about friends and family. And, with family, I'm like, but they're blood. Like, you can't just like forget them and you can't just like push them aside. And then with friends, you're like, oh, but we have so much history. Like, it would be so sad. Like, let me just give them another try. So let's focus first on friends. Friends. If you are lucky enough to find 2 or 3 really good people, or even one person, you are blessed. I think that when you are younger, you are so, at least I will only speak about myself, but I was so so desperate to have a huge group of friends. And I was so, like, that was like my mission. I wanted to be as popular as humanly possible. I thought the more friends you were, the more love you receive in all of this. And as you grow older and that sort of starts dwindling and you start realizing like, oh wait, I kind of don't want a lot of friends. I just want true friends. And then you think like, oh, but wait, I have so much history with so and so. Like, we can't just throw all those years of friendship. But what is actually friendship, right? Like, what is friendship? I spoke to my husband and I group of real friends that we have here in LA that we often see. They're really like our family now. But we were talking about this, and one of them said to the group that there's different categories in friends. There's like the friends for a lifetime that are considered your family. Then there's friends that you share a hobby with, you share a job with, you share an experience with, and then those are that categories. And not all of the categories have to be that family friendship type, right? And that is something that I was always confused, because as I got older, I thought that all of the friendships I had to automatically become the family, become the best friends, all of this. And that is a lesson that I finally learned. Not every friendship has to be so serious. There could be friends that you share, like I said, a hobby with, that you share a moment with, an experience, a job. Maybe you work somewhere together, and then you hang on. Yes, please. My husband just said if he wanted him to start dinner, and I'm hungry, bitch. But there's different friendships. You work together, and then maybe one of you quit or get fired, and then you want to keep that friendship. So you're like, we'll be friends forever. And I've noticed that I am not the greatest friend. I will admit to it. But I'm starting to think that maybe I'm so bad at reaching out, because two things. Maybe I'm just fucking lazy and I have a lot of social anxiety sometimes, or 2, maybe God and the universe are trying to protect me from certain people, right? And I believe a lot in signs. There's a couple of people, of course I'm not going to mention names, but there's a couple of people that I can think of that we have many years of history of friendships, but we don't really do anything to continue communication. And oftentimes I get blamed for not reaching out, for not calling, not texting, right? And there's this one friend in particular who literally gaslighted me into believe that it was me who never wrote back. And I literally had to dig through all of my text messages, and I found that they were the last ones, um, uh, that I was the last one, sorry, to write and ask a question. And I know it sounds so petty and so stupid, but they made me believe that it was my fault, right? So, um, I think that a friendship has to come both ways. I think it's a two-way thing. You know, if like for example, if I said to you, Merry Christmas, you tell me Happy New Year's, right? Like, of course, it's not a competition, but I'm not talking about the family friends. I'm talking about like the the other friends you have. Um, I just feel like if I'm gonna put in some effort, I would really appreciate it if you would put some effort as well, because it's not always me having to reach out to you. It's not always me having to do this and say that and let's do this. And I oftentimes, with especially with these two people, I oftentimes find myself the one reaching out, and then I think to myself like, how am I always reaching out, and then I get blamed that we don't see each other. You know what I mean? And yes, of course, I have been at fault many times for not texting back, not, or canceling and stuff. But I think that I have gone through like eras in my life where like, certain people honestly just catch me in really bad times. Like I swear with my mental health, especially, like sometimes I don't want to see anybody. But then I have this core of friends that I don't get any anxiety when I see them. I don't get stressed. I don't get anxiety. I don't get nervous. But then there's certain group of people that have been in my life for years that I still get very stressed to see them. Maybe they've commented on my weight before, so I'm like, oh my God, they haven't seen me in a while. Like, what are they gonna. So they bring me into just like not excited to see them, right? Or, like for example, I had a one friend who didn't understand that I could not afford to do certain activities. That is something, that we spoke about, and then they understood. But then what I mean is like, I just feel like if you have and you are lucky enough to have friends, I feel like the one thing you should be is yourself and be comfortable with it. You know what I mean? And then you have new people. And you're like, okay, great to meet new people, amazing to meet new people, but like, I'm also very nervous to continue to meet new people, but I'm also very open to it. I'm very excited to meet new friends. I'm very excited to learn about them, and not to take it so serious. I think that's the thing, because I do believe that my time is very precious, and I believe that everyone's time is precious. And, I was that type of dater, who, if I were to go on a date with a guy, I would be like, he's the one, I'm getting married. Like, no, but like for real. But then as I got to know myself, for the past couple years, I got to know myself. I got to value myself. I got to know my worth. I'm like, oh, it's kind of a blessing to know me. It's kind of a blessing to, as I say, it's a blessing to know them. It's a blessing to have them in my life. So I stopped doing that with friends, and now I'm just like, if it works out, it works out, And to the friends who have not shown me, or I haven't been able to be truly myself, or have felt anxiety to see them, or don't offer any positivity or any kind of nutrients of positivity, I let them go, you guys. And when I let people go, it doesn't mean that I like eliminate, block. I don't do all of that. What I do is I just stop reaching out. And if they reach out, then I know they're interested, right? And then it's up to me whether or not, and trust me, you guys, there's been a couple times where the people who really care for me say, hey, what's going on? And then we can have a conversation, right? it's not that I ignore them, because even if I like say I'm gonna let you go spiritually and I wish you well, if you reach out, of course I'm gonna talk. If it's someone that is worth me fighting for, I have done that and said, hey, you make me feel a certain way, a certain. But if it's people that you really just don't care about and they're just like, seasonal friends, I'm like, girl, bye. If they reach out, you're nice, you're cordial, but then that's it. But if it's people worth fighting for, and you want to let go of them, but you also want to see if how you can fix it, then I'm all up for that as well. Because maybe something they did bothers you, and that's why you want to let them go. But then maybe they could fix it. Maybe you guys can fix it, right? So I think it's up to you whether or not people who is worth trying to fight for and who is worth bye bye. Another thing is, don't tell your shit to people, right? That's just like my that has nothing to do with this, but like, don't trust many people with your dreams. Okay. Now let's move over to family. Family is a little more complicated because they're blood. Your parents probably force you to see whatever. I have had I haven't had many people that I've had to let go of because I have been able to fix certain situations. But I also know many people that have had to let go. And I think that family, just because you're blood, does not mean that that they are allowed to disrespect you or make you feel any certain way that you don't want to be, or that you don't want to put yourself in that. I think that it's very important that even if it's whoever it is, I mean, it could be a parent, it could be a brother, it could be whoever. If they are making you feel a certain way that is a negative, that is negative, it's very important to speak your mind. And it's very important to stand up for yourself. And honestly, it's also very important to let go. If you fully feel in your heart that this person does not deserve to have you in their life, you gotta let them go. Because your time, your spirit, your physical appearance, your thoughts, your love, your heart is worthy, and nobody should take that for advantage. That should never happen anywhere. I think that it's important to know your worth. I think it's important to let go of people when they are not worthy of you. You know what I mean? And you know what? For the people saying, who do you think you are? I am me. And I'm worthy of respect. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy, But then, with family, it's like, it is a little bit more complicated, but it's not impossible. Many people stop conversations and relationships and communication with family. So if they're not applying any positivity in your life and they're making you feel a certain way, you got to let go. Okay, baby? And, going back to friends, I think that my new thing is I don't take it that serious anymore. And that for me, the past year or two has really helped me understand that you can meet a friend, you can really kick it off, and you can really connect and stuff, but let it go, let it flow. You know what I mean? Don't put pressure on yourself. And that goes with boyfriends and girlfriends, relationships. Don't put pressure on yourself. Let the universe, let God, let the chemistry, let the communication flow. If you're meant to be best friends, great. If you're only meant to be party friends, great. If you're only meant to be talking about fucking the new series on HBO, great. You know what I mean? So don't take things so serious. But the only thing you should take serious is how much you make yourself your worth. You have to take that serious because it is important. Because if you don't love and respect yourself, nobody's going to show you that love and respect. So anyways, I hope this wasn't all over the place. I really think it was. But anyways, I love you all so much. If you want more of these videos, let me know. I'm going to go eat my steak and salad. And I love you and I'm grateful for you. And please just remember your worth, because once you remember your worth, you're going to start seeing the difference of how people will be treating you. Because once they know that you know and you unlock the secret of self-love and self-worth, bitch, nobody's going to come for you. Okay, I have a saying that I love. Don't come for me unless I send for you. And that is my truth. Mwah.